Welcome to The Soft Glow of Hearthside Honey, a soothing audiobook designed to help you unwind and drift into a restful sleep. If you find peace and relaxation in this story and would like to experience more calming content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future audiobooks. Before we settle into the gentle rhythm of Hearthstone Cottage, we'll begin with a short breathing guidance to help you release the day's stresses and prepare for a tranquil night. If you'd prefer to go directly to Thomas's peaceful evening routine, you can find the chapter timestamps in the description below. Please make yourself comfortable, either lying down or seated. Allow your body to relax completely, feeling the support beneath you. Let go of any tension you might be holding in your muscles. Now let's take a deep, calming breath together. Gently inhale through your nose, noticing the cool air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs slowly and deeply. As you exhale softly through your mouth, imagine you are releasing any worries or lingering thoughts from your day. Feel your body becoming a little heavier, a little more relaxed with each breath. Imagine the gentle warmth of a hearth fire, a soft golden glow spreading through your body with every inhale. Feel this warmth softening your brow, your eyelids, your jaw. Let it flow down your neck and shoulders, melting away any tightness. With each exhale, imagine any remaining tension flowing out of your body like smoke rising from the chimney of Hearthstone Cottage, disappearing into the night sky. Visualize the rich golden color of honey, its smooth texture, its comforting sweetness. Let this image fill your mind with a sense of calm and gentle ease. Allow yourself to be fully present in this moment, simply breathing and listening. There is nothing else you need to do. Nowhere else you need to be. Let the soft glow of Hearthside honey envelop you, bringing you peace and tranquility. Now, let's begin our story in Hearthstone Cottage, where the kettle is gently humming, and the promise of a peaceful evening awaits. Chapter 1. The Kettle's Gentle Hum. The evening air, beginning to cool with the setting sun, carried the first whispers of wood smoke from neighboring chimneys. Inside Hearthstone Cottage, a different kind of warmth was brewing. Thomas moved about his small kitchen with a quiet familiarity, each action in his evening ritual a gentle, comforting step. He filled the kettle with fresh water from the well outside, the metallic clink a soft counterpoint to the quiet hum already beginning to emanate from the hearth in the next room. He placed the kettle on the stove, its copper bottom gleaming softly in the fading light filtering through the window. The flame beneath caught hold quickly, and soon the first soft sighs of heating water began to whisper through the metal. Thomas reached for his tea caddy, a small hand-carved wooden box holding his favorite blend of chamomile and lavender. The aroma, even before opening the lid, was faintly present, a promise of the soothing drink to come. As he carefully measured the loose-leaf tea into his teapot, the kettle's gentle hum grew steadily louder, filling the kitchen with its quiet, rhythmic sound. He paused for a moment, just listening, letting the simple sound wash over him. It was a sound of domestic peace, of preparation, of the promise of warmth and comfort. Outside, a robin began to sing its evening song, a delicate melody carried on the still air, weaving itself into the hum of the kettle and the soft crackle from the hearth fire beyond the doorway. The scent of the chamomile and lavender tea grew stronger as he opened the caddy, a gentle floral fragrance that filled the small space, mingling with the faint, earthy smell of wood smoke drifting in from the open window. He closed his eyes for a moment, inhaling deeply, letting the aroma calm and center him. These small sensory details, he knew, were the threads that wove together the peaceful tapestry of his days. He glanced towards the hearth, the soft flickering glow visible around the edge of the kitchen doorway. The fire, lit earlier in the day, was now settling into a steady warmth, radiating a gentle heat that chased away the evening chill. He could almost feel its comforting presence even from here in the kitchen, a silent invitation to rest and unwind. He returned his attention to the kettle, the soft bubbling now clearly audible, a gentle percussion joining the hum. He knew it was almost ready. He selected his favorite mug from the cupboard, a simple earthenware cup, warm and smooth to the touch. Its weight in his hand was grounding, familiar, a small connection to the routine he cherished. The kettle clicked softly, signaling that the water had reached its boil. He lifted it carefully, the steam rising in gentle plumes, carrying with it the clean, fresh scent of heated water. He poured the steaming water over the tea leaves in the teapot, watching as the pale leaves unfurled and released their fragrant essence into the hot water. He placed the lid on the teapot, sealing in the warmth and aroma, and set it aside to steep. The kitchen was now filled with a symphony of gentle sounds and soothing scents, the quiet hum of the cooling kettle, the soft crackle of the fire, the floral fragrance of the tea, the whisper of evening air through the window. A sense of calm settled over Thomas, a deep peace that began to bloom in the quiet rhythm of his evening ritual. He knew, as he always did, that this simple cup of tea, prepared with care and enjoyed in stillness, was a small but profound source of contentment. He leaned against the countertop, taking a slow, deep breath, and closed his eyes again, letting the gentle sounds and scents wash over him, preparing him for the next step in his peaceful evening, the addition of the Hearthside honey. Chapter 2. Golden Light on Spilling Honey. The teapot, now gently steeping, sat warming on the kitchen counter, its ceramic surface radiating a subtle heat. Thomas turned his attention to the pantry, a small, cool space tucked away at the back of the cottage kitchen. He opened the wooden door, and a slightly cooler, darker air greeted him, carrying with it the faint, earthy scent of stored root vegetables and dried herbs. He reached onto the top shelf, his fingers tracing along the rows of jars and canisters until they found what he sought, the honey jar. It was a simple, clear glass jar, hand-labeled with the words "Eliza's Hearthside Honey" in neat, cursive writing. The honey itself was a rich golden amber, almost glowing softly even in the dim pantry light. He lifted the jar down, its weight substantial and comforting in his hand. He brought it closer, inhaling the sweet floral aroma that escaped even through the tightly sealed lid. It was the scent of summer meadows, of buzzing bees and sun-drenched blossoms, captured and preserved in this simple jar. Carrying the honey jar carefully, he returned to the kitchen, the golden light of the setting sun now slanting through the window, casting long shadows across the room. He placed the jar on the counter beside his earthenware mug, the golden honey catching the last rays of sunlight and illuminating the small kitchen with a warm, inviting glow. He removed the lid, and the full fragrance of the honey was released, a rich, sweet perfume that filled the air, mingling with the already soothing scent of chamomile and lavender tea. He reached for a small wooden spoon, its handle worn smooth with use, and dipped it into the jar. The honey was thick and viscous, clinging to the spoon in a slow, deliberate way. He lifted the spoon, letting the golden stream of honey drip slowly back into the jar, each drop glistening in the sunlight before disappearing back into the amber depths. The slow, deliberate movement was almost meditative, a gentle rhythm in the quiet kitchen. He poured the steeped tea into his earthenware mug, the amber liquid steaming gently. Then, with a steady hand, he began to drizzle the honey into the hot tea, watching as it swirled and mingled with a darker liquid, creating golden tendrils that slowly dissolved into the warmth. The sound of the honey pouring was soft and syrupy, a gentle gurgle that added to the peaceful soundscape of the kitchen. He stirred the tea gently with the honey-coated spoon, the soft clinking against the ceramic mug a delicate sound. The warmth of the mug radiated through his fingers, a pleasant sensation that grounded him in the present moment. The aroma of the honeyed tea was now complete, a blend of floral tea and sweet honey, rich and comforting, promising warmth and relaxation. He took a moment to simply admire the tea, the golden light catching the steam rising from the surface, the rich amber color deepening as the honey fully dissolved. It was a simple drink, but in its simplicity there was a quiet beauty, a gentle magic that transformed ordinary water and dried leaves and honey into something deeply soothing and restorative. He brought the mug to his lips, inhaling the fragrant steam one last time before taking his first sip. The warmth of the tea was immediate and comforting, spreading through him from the inside out. The taste was sweet and floral, a perfect balance of honey and herbs, soothing to the palate and calming to the senses. As he savored the first sip, he felt a wave of relaxation wash over him, a gentle easing of tension and a settling into the quiet peace of the evening. The soft glow of Hearthside honey, both literally in his mug and figuratively in the warmth of the cottage, was beginning to work its magic. Chapter 3. Steam and Scent on a Quiet Porch. With his mug of steaming honeyed tea in hand, Thomas carefully opened the cottage's front door. The evening air greeted him, a breath of coolness after the warmth of the kitchen. The sun had now fully set, leaving behind a soft twilight glow that painted the sky in hues of lavender and soft rose. The air was still and quiet, carrying the subtle sense of damp earth and distant wood smoke, a fragrance unique to the countryside in the evening. He stepped onto the small wooden porch, the familiar creak of the boards under his weight a comfortable sound. He settled into his old rocking chair, its well-worn wooden frame groaning softly as he leaned back. The gentle creaking rhythm of the chair was a soothing constant, a subtle background melody to the quiet symphony of the evening. He adjusted a soft wool blanket draped over the chair, its texture warm and comforting against his skin. He brought the mug of tea closer, inhaling deeply. The steam rose in delicate wisps, carrying the fragrant aroma of honey and herbs, mingling with the fresh outdoor air. The scent was even more pronounced out here, a comforting beacon in the cool evening stillness. He could almost taste the honey in the air, a sweet, gentle promise of warmth and ease. He looked out at his small garden, bathed in the soft twilight. The herbs and wildflowers, still damp from the evening dew, shimmered softly in the fading light. The leaves of the lavender bushes rustled gently in the almost imperceptible breeze, a whisper of movement in the otherwise still air. He noticed the first stars beginning to appear, tiny pinpricks of light in the deepening blue of the sky. Taking a slow sip of his tea, he closed his eyes for a moment, letting the warmth spread through him. The taste of the honey and chamomile filled his senses, grounding him in the present moment. He focused on the sensations, the warmth of the mug in his hands, the soft texture of the blanket, the gentle creaking of the chair, the cool evening air on his face, the fragrant steam rising from his tea. These simple sensory details were anchors, drawing him deeper into a state of quiet calm. He opened his eyes and gazed at the darkening sky. More stars were appearing now, scattered across the vast expanse above. He watched as they twinkled softly, their light faint yet steady, a silent, ancient presence in the night. He felt a sense of wonder looking at them, a connection to something larger than himself, something timeless and serene. The distant hoot of an owl echoed through the stillness, a soft, mournful sound that added to the peaceful atmosphere. Closer by, he heard the gentle chirping of crickets, a chorus of tiny voices rising from the grass, their rhythmic song weaving a tapestry of sound into the evening quiet. He listened, letting the sounds of nature wash over him, a soothing balm for the mind. He took another sip of tea, savoring the warmth and sweetness. He noticed a faint, flickering glow from the cottage window beside him, the soft light of the hearth fire spilling out onto the porch, casting dancing shadows on the wooden floor. The hearth, he knew, was the heart of his cottage, its warmth and gentle light a constant source of comfort and peace. As the twilight deepened and the stars grew brighter, Thomas continued to sip his honeyed tea, rocking gently in his chair, surrounded by the quiet sounds and scents of the evening. He felt a deep sense of contentment settling within him, a peaceful acceptance of the stillness and beauty of the night. The steam from his tea rose softly, carrying with it the promise of a tranquil evening and a restful sleep to come, all bathed in the soft glow of hearthside honey. Chapter 4. The warmth spreads through. The mug, now comfortably warm in Thomas's hands, radiated its gentle heat outwards, a comforting circle of warmth against the cool evening air. With each slow sip of the honeyed tea, he felt the warmth spreading through him, not just physically but inwardly, a sense of calm and ease settling deeper within his being. He closed his eyes again, focusing on the sensations, letting the gentle warmth permeate every part of him. He noticed the weight of his body in the rocking chair, the solid support beneath him, the feeling of being held and grounded. He consciously relaxed his shoulders, letting them drop down and away from his ears, releasing any tension he might have been holding there unconsciously. He felt his jaw loosen, his brow smooth out, his facial muscles softening in response to the soothing warmth. The taste of the tea was now even more nuanced, the initial sweetness of the honey softening into a gentle floral note, the chamomile and lavender subtly unfolding their calming properties. He savored each sip, letting the flavors linger on his tongue, appreciating the delicate balance of sweetness and herbal fragrance. He felt a sense of gratitude for these simple pleasures, for the taste of warm honeyed tea on a cool evening, for the quiet stillness of his porch, for the gentle beauty of the night sky. He focused on his breathing, noticing the slow, steady rhythm of his inhales and exhales. With each inhale, he imagined drawing in the peaceful stillness of the evening air, the fragrant scent of honey and herbs, the soft glow of the hearth. With each exhale, he imagined releasing any lingering tension, any worries or thoughts that might still be clinging to his mind. He felt his heart rate slowing, his breathing becoming deeper and more relaxed. A gentle drowsiness began to settle over him, a pleasant heaviness that was both soothing and comforting. He felt himself drifting into a state of gentle reverie, his mind quieting, his thoughts softening, dissolving into the peaceful stillness of the evening. He imagined the bees that had gathered the nectar for Eliza's honey, buzzing from flower to flower in sun-drenched meadows, their tireless work bringing forth this golden sweetness. He pictured the wildflowers swaying gently in the breeze, their colors vibrant in the summer sunshine, their fragrance filling the air. He felt a connection to these natural rhythms, to the cycle of life and the quiet beauty of the natural world that surrounded him. The gentle creaking of the rocking chair continued its rhythmic lullaby, a constant soothing sound that lulled him further into relaxation. He felt himself sinking deeper into the chair, becoming more and more comfortable, more and more at ease. The warmth of the tea, the soft blanket, the gentle rocking, the quiet stillness of the evening, all these elements combined to create a cocoon of peace, a sanctuary of calm in the heart of the countryside night. He took another sip of tea, the mug now nearly empty but still radiating a comforting warmth. He felt a deep sense of gratitude for this simple evening ritual, for the peace and contentment it brought him, for the gentle magic of Hearthside honey that warmed him from the inside out, guiding him towards a restful and peaceful sleep. Chapter 5. Echoes of Quiet Contentment. The last sip of honeyed tea was gone, the earthenware mug now resting on the small table beside his rocking chair, its warmth slowly dissipating into the cool evening air. Thomas sat quietly on the porch, enveloped in the stillness of the night, the echoes of quiet contentment settling within him like gentle ripples in a pond. The fire in the hearth within the cottage glowed softly, casting dancing shadows through the window, a warm, inviting beacon in the deepening darkness. He reflected on the evening ritual he had just completed, the gentle hum of the kettle, the golden light on spilling honey, the steam and scent on the quiet porch, the warmth spreading through him with each sip. Each step, each sensory detail was a small act of mindfulness, a quiet celebration of the simple beauty of everyday life. He realized that it was in these small, ordinary moments that true peace could be found, in the gentle rhythms of routine, in the appreciation of simple pleasures. He looked up at the night sky, now ablaze with stars. The moon, a slender crescent, hung low on the horizon, casting a soft silvery glow across the landscape. The vastness of the universe spread out above him in all its starry glory, filled him with a sense of awe and wonder. He felt small in the face of such immensity, yet also connected to it, a tiny part of something infinitely larger and more beautiful than he could ever comprehend. The sounds of the night were subtle, but present. The gentle rustling of leaves in the trees, the distant hoot of an owl, the soft chirping of crickets, the faint sigh of the wind as it whispered through the meadow grass. These were the sounds of peace, the sounds of nature settling into its nightly rest, a quiet lullaby that soothed the soul and calmed the mind. He felt a deep sense of gratitude for this peaceful evening, for the simple beauty of his surroundings, for the comforting routine of his honeyed tea, for the quiet contentment that filled his heart. He realized that true happiness wasn't found in grand gestures or dramatic events, but in the gentle accumulation of small moments of peace and joy, in the mindful appreciation of the ordinary wonders of everyday life. The embers in the hearth within the cottage glowed a warm, soft red, their light flickering gently, casting dancing shadows on the walls and ceiling. He could feel the warmth radiating outwards, even from here on the porch, a comforting presence that invited him to come inside, to settle in for the night, to drift into a peaceful and restful sleep. He rose slowly from the rocking chair, feeling a sense of deep relaxation and quiet contentment. He carried his empty mug back inside the cottage, the soft glow of the hearth welcoming him into its warm embrace. He knew that the echoes of this peaceful evening, the gentle warmth of hearthside honey, the quiet stillness of the night, would stay with him as he drifted off to sleep, carrying him gently into the realm of dreams and preparing him for another day filled with simple joys and quiet wonders. He closed the cottage door softly behind him, leaving the stillness of the countryside night to settle over Hearthstone Cottage, a sanctuary of peace and tranquility under the starlit sky.